there's actually more alcohol in this shot glass than in this glass of beer. Of course, this is sweet tea, right? I want to keep re-emphasizing that. But this little shot glass that had like rum in it or hardcore liquor, right? This is where you have like vodka or tequila. This actually has 40% alcohol in it versus 5%. So that's why they keep it in a small glass like this, little shot glass. So when you take a shot, that's what they say, you take a shot of this, it gives you 40% of alcohol right there. 5%, that means you got to drink 8 of these to get the same amount of alcohol that is in this. There's also one chemical that is addicting inside of cigarettes, and that's nicotine. So whenever you smoke a cigarette, that one ingredient called nicotine is going in your respiratory system, right? Eventually gets to your brain. And then it helps your brain release dopamine. And dopamine is what releases like a certain amount of pleasure. Like whenever you go to like a sporting event, or you eat something that's very pleasurable, like for me it's chorizo with egg, right? Like whenever I eat that, my brain releases a certain amount of dopamine. Well, the same thing happens when you smoke a cigarette. Like it makes you feel like a certain amount of pleasure for a certain amount of time. It usually wears off within an hour. And then what happens is your body actually wants more. And that's why they prescribe pain medication. And let me show you what that is. In fact, can you throw that at me? Yeah, right here. I wanted to show you this. This is pain medication right here. In fact, this is hydrocodone, which is an opioid. An opioid is a pain medication by way of a pill, right? And usually you see these, they're like white pills, and you see them in a container kind of like this. And the container is usually child-proof, right? You almost got to push it down and kind of like, and then you got to turn it, and then you got to open it, right? Do the same thing to lock it in. And that's child-proof for a reason, right? They should be teen-proof in my opinion. But anyways. And you know, the fact that it is legal in some states, that's what happens. We downplay it. But let me just tell you, just like the brownie has all those ingredients, you know, weed has over 500 different chemicals inside of it. 500. And they all affect your body. But there's one chemical in particular that affects your body the most. I can't say the name because it's a huge name and I don't want to butcher it here in front of you. But the acronym is THC. And that one chemical alone is the chemical that messes up your mind. It's the one that tries to curtail your thinking, right? Kind of throws it off. For example, let's just say you take an illegal substance, right? A drug. Let's just say you smoke marijuana with your friend because you think it's not going to harm your body, right? Like it's not going to do anything to you. So your friend gets some. And by the way, most people will do some kind of illegal activity with someone that they trust, like a friend. So what happens is you guys go to the backyard and y'all go behind the garage or wherever in a secluded area and you spark up a joint, start smoking weed, right? What happens is as soon as you inhale, those chemicals go into your body, and those chemicals then go to your brain through your bloodstream, and then your brain starts giving you different kind of signals.